Look who's back. It's my friends from the Greene County Library. Say hello to Kim Flores and Conrad Stump. Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you.
I need a good read. You know, I've taken books out to take home and read, and some of them I've read, and other ones I've had to take back because I haven't even opened them.
Oh, yes. Happens all the time.
It does happen. I'm not the only one.
So little time.
I know. All right, so Kim, we're going to start with you. Our first book is called The Sisters Brothers.
Right.
There it is right there. And you told me I would appreciate this book, my husband would appreciate this book. Why is that? Tell me about it.
Okay, well, this book actually is an older book. It's from 2011, but it was just recently made into a feature film with John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix in the title role of Charlie and Eli's sisters. So that's the Sisters Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Charlie and Eli are hired guns, so they're killers, basically.
Okay.
And they are hired by the Commodore to go and take out this guy, Herman Kermit Warm.
Okay.
Because he has taken something from the Commodore. He has developed this means of finding gold, an easier way of finding gold.
Is this a comedic sort of thing, or is it?
Yeah, I'd like to say that this is sort of like True Grit meets Quentin Tarantino.
I totally know what you're saying. Oddly enough, I get exactly where you're going with that. Okay, that one looks great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, here's another one called Bad Dirt, Wyoming Stories 2.
Right.
All these books I've never heard of. What is this one about?
Well, I chose this one because I think it pairs nicely with the Sisters Brothers. It's also got a Western flavor. This is the second book of short stories in Annie Proulx's series. And there are unusual characters. There's this very Western sensibility, people who have lived off the land and are the strong, quiet types who are maybe kind of odd to everyone else.
Okay.
Very interesting book, and I wanted to say that the library is working really hard right now on updating their Western collection. We have a lot of Western readers.
Exactly, yeah.
And so we're updating our Western collection, adding titles, refurbishing things that we already own.
Right, so there's a lot of titles out there that are Westerns, but don't think of all those dusty old Westerns that Grandpa had. There's a whole other newer, fresher sets of Western books that maybe some people who don't read Westerns would really learn to love them.
Absolutely.
So I'm eager to learn more about that. That's great. All right, Conrad, what have you got for me? Inspection.
Inspection by Josh Malerman.
Okay.
So yes, last time when Sarah was here, she had 2 words for you, but I also have 2 words for you.
Hit me.
Bird Box.
Bro,
so,
gosh,
right,
yes.
everyone and their grandmother watched Bird Box. And so this is the newest book by Josh Malerman, who wrote Bird Box. And it just came out in March, and basically it tells the story of Jay, who's this student at this academy with his brothers and his father, who's really the founder of the academy. And so they're being raised to be prodigies. They're all 12 years old. They're all boys. They have no idea that girls exist. And across the woods at another academy is Kay, who's a girl with her sisters, her mom, and they have no idea that boys exist. And so they're at that age where they're starting to question you know, who they are and what this academy is and who these kind of adult figures are, right?
Yeah.
And so it moves towards answering, right, who they are and what's going on, but also what's out there in the world.
Okay. Boys
so
over
really
here, girls over here. You got a story already when you just think about that scenario.
Right.
Okay, another one, The Woman's Hour by Elaine Weiss.
Yeah.
Ooh, this looks interesting.
It is. I'm really enjoying it a lot. And so The Woman's Hour by Elaine Weiss essentially tells the story of the 36th state to ratify the 19th Amendment, which was Tennessee. And so this all takes place in the summer of 1920, and these 3 different factions of women. The one woman's party who is kind of working in a more coercive, polite way, and then the National Women's Party, which was Alice Paul's, which was the more militant, aggressive party that was demanding suffrage, and then the Antis, who were against women's suffrage. And so they all convene in Tennessee because the Tennessee legislature is about to grant women the right to vote, essentially granting all women in the nation the right to vote.
Right.
And so it starts at this really kind of breakneck speed of this event that changed history, right? But was also, 72 years in the making, because Seneca Falls was 1848.
Yeah.
And it took that long for women to gain the right to vote. And one thing that's really interesting that I didn't know going into this is that the National Women's Party and a lot of these women were working towards the Equal Rights Amendment as well, which of course still has not become a thing. And so just thinking about these fights that we think of as really distant, but are actually not as distant as we think they are.
So see, you get a great read, but you learn a little history at the same time. All right, Kim Flores and Conrad Stump, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Tell us what you're reading. This is great stuff for sure. All right, don't go away. More Ozarks Live after this.